TIFU I found my head teacher doesn't like pigeons. I'm 17, so still a kid, and this happened recently. I have autism and I love pigeons but know that they don't belong in food places. I also like to show off cool things I've found. You can see where this is going. One day I'm walking around my area and walk past the British place famous for bad sandwiches. It rhymes with Gret. In there was a pigeon. I going in and pick up said pigeon and walk out. Then in moment of pure genius I realize no one will believe me if I tell them, so I need a witness. I walk back to school pigeon in hand, smiling like crazy cause cute pigeon. I walk through the door. A voice sounds out, my name no. This gets the attention of my headmistress. My headmistress is a scary lady, but she screams an ear-splitting screech. I look at my head. My head looks at me. My name, why do you have a pigeon? I explain the whole story of how I got the pigeon. The receptionist starts chuckling. My head looks at me dumbfounded. Pigeon is still confused. I am ordered back outside to release the pigeon. Then starts the process of me getting logged in to wash my hand, which includes the following steps. 1. Head uses my lanyard to log me in cause pigeon hands. 2. Walking the wrong way to the bathrooms. 3. My head screeching that it's the wrong way. 4. Walking the right way but walking past the bathrooms. 5. Turning round and finding bathrooms. 6. Commence hand washing. 7. Stern talking to TL.Dr. I brought a pigeon into my school and my head was unimpressed. Hope you enjoyed. Edit. I thought you guys would enjoy the response from people. Head WTF receptionist seriously, and this is nuts Senko laughter, other staff confusion laughter, and WTF. Edit 2. Some people were interested in my other stories, so here they are. Story number 1. Lizard misadventures. My old school used to do trips abroad every 2 years, and this was the first one since COVID, so this trip was a big deal. There are rules for such trips, such as boys and girls sleep in different rooms. No drowning other people in the pool, but most importantly, if we leave the hotel I have to be supervised. My usual supervisors, my best friends Ollie and Adam, were not on the trip for different reasons. So it was stressed to the teachers by everyone that I will wander of if I see something interesting. And do not let Ross supervise me as we would wander off together. Tenerife has lots of lizards and geckos, and I like lizards and geckos. So on to the story. Everyone is eating sandwiches at the base of the volcano, and since I'm vegetarian my sandwich is made of soggy lettuce and I have a banana. So I'm bored. Then I see it. A glimmer of scales. I'm off, following the lizard and keeping my eyes peeled for one to feed my banana to. I don't know how long I'm at it, but I find one who likes banana and I'm sitting on the ground, watching it eat and watching its friends eye me wanting some too. I search my backpack. Soggy lettuce, that will do. No, I didn't feed the bread. So I am onto the lettuce. Then I hear footsteps behind me and my new friends scatter and some shouts, I've found them. One of the teachers is behind me. Apparently I have been missing for over half an hour and had moved over 500 meters away from the group without anyone noticing. The same incident happened the next day, but with crabs instead of lizards. Story 2. Cat caught the canary. My first cat who was truly mine was a tiny Burmese called Ruby, and she was a massive hunter. This is the story of one such instance. Ruby was about 6 months old at this point, and already proved herself a lover of the hunt, much to everyone's dismay. However, mice, rats, starlings and blackbirds are relatively normal prey. But somehow my kitten pads into my room and hops onto my bed as cool as a cucumber, dropping something into my lap, looking very pleased with herself. I look down. It's yellow and covered in feathers. It's someone's pet canary. I look at the canary. I look at Ruby. Ruby looks at me. My mom comes in and her response was to take a photo of this poor dead canary with a purple background to send to other members of the family. Story 3. Owls and me. I had a weird childhood, as for most people wouldn't have owls as a staple in their life, but I did. My aunt had many species: snowy, barn, eagle, etc., so they were a staple of my childhood. Most people would expect my aunt wouldn't let her young nieces hold her precious babies, but my aunt did one better. She would take her owls out of their enclosures and place them on the table or in my arms and would let us cuddle and pet. They were like dogs. They recognized me and my sister, knowing that when we came round they would get special things. I loved those owls. The last one passed away quite recently. I miss them a lot. I'll add more stories if I remember any that are particularly funny. I don't think she doesn't like pigeons. I think she doesn't like pigeons inside the school. I'm sure you think pigeons are cute, but most people don't like them because wild pigeons can carry lots of diseases, and it's not right to bring them inside and around other people, especially without warning. For a non-autistic person, what you did would be perceived as kind of insane. You rescued a pigeon from Pret. Cool. And then you decided to tell people about it at school. Cool. And then you decided you needed to bring the pigeon with you as proof. Weird. I'm autistic too, so I understand we don't think the same way as other people, but hopefully this will help you avoid the same mistake in the future. Pigeons are great. Unfortunately, humanity didn't treat them great, and now they're unfortunately prone to disease and building rubbish nests. The disease thing is probably why they didn't want it in school, though. That, and you can't toilet train a pigeon in a day. Show and tell rules never said anything about no pigeons. British place famous for bad sandwiches. It rhymes with Greta Menger? I'm so surprised that this pigeon was so chill with you picking it up like that and walking around with it, like it didn't struggle or anything. This story I fantastic. Thank you very much. GIF. You have a bright future in comedy. Brilliant. My daughter loves pigeons. She would do this lol. From the time she could speak. They were her favorite thing. In preschool they did little posters of each kid and their favorite animals. We've got dogs, cats, tigers, etc. Then there's my kid with pigeon, lol. I have no idea how this came to be. Like many people, I always dismissed them as a nuisance bird. But now I know they're actually sensitive, smart birds. And that humans are the reason they even live in urban areas. They aren't even wild. They're technically feral because they descend from back when people used to commonly keep them. They're actually really neat animals. And it makes me happy to see other people who love them. I'm sorry your story sounds like it was a bit stressful in the moment, but it is funny to imagine you walking in with a pigeon and the office staff being like, WTF. I do love pigeons too. Those cute little creatures pinching hand. You brought a government drone to the school. What did you think was gonna happen? This is simultaneously nuts. In a good way. And adorable. In a non-patronizing, I love it, way. Bringing live animals into places of work and education. If they're not specific live animal places, is usually frowned upon by the people there to spoil all your fun and authority. Next time do it at break or lunch so you can be outside. Or take a picture, video. So anyway, you're gonna be someone who needs to live in a place with a flat roof that nobody minds you using. So you can feed pigeons and make friends. Just a note so you can start planning for it. Grin. Ha! This is great. I did something similar. But not with a pigeon. It was a cool slug on the ground. So, naturally, I picked it up. Then I took it into my class and showed my English teacher proudly. She was not impressed. I've been the resident creepy crawly handler at pretty much every job I've had. Rescued a bat from a stockroom. Caught a bird that was flying around inside a salon. Was called to get a box that had an angry praying mantis in it to take outside. You have the gift. And now everyone knows. Open mouth smile.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.